Hi everybody, my name's Jim Chapman and today we are talking suits. I have my friend here, Manuel, who by the way is like a T-Rex. He's got a really thick neck and the shortest arms in the world. Anyway, he's wearing a lovely suit. This one comes from Gieves & Hawkes, which is a beautiful tailoring brand on Savile Row. And this one costs about £1,500. The one I'm wearing is from Marks & Spencer's and came to £198.50 for all three pieces. And they both look great. So what I'm gonna do in this video is basically show you my top tips and tricks as to how to make any suit look brilliant. So when you're looking for a suit, the first thing you want to do is have at least a rough idea of what size you are. Now suits come in two measurements. You get your chest and your arm. I'm about a 40, sometimes a 38 long. Your chest is measured in inches, and to get that measurement, you hold a tape measure in the middle of your chest, pass it under one armpit, around your back, through the other armpit, and where it meets in the middle is your chest measurement. Tip number two is to kind of ignore tip number one. Knowing your chest measurement is great and it gives you a place to start, but actually the shoulders are the most important thing because basically anything else on your suit can be altered but the shoulders because they're all padded here. So if your shoulders are too short, you're going to get like something like this, it'll kind of bunch up a bit, and if they're too big, it's going to drown you. So get your shoulders fitted first and you can have everything else sort of taken in afterwards. Once you've got your shoulders sorted, you need to think about your chest. Basically, when you get things altered, you can take material away that you can't add more. So make sure it's not too tight. You'll know it's too tight because when you stand up, it'll start puckering and pulling out like this. So actually, more is better. If it's too big, you'll feel a bit of extra material around here, but that can be taken in from around the back. Make sure you pick the right lapel for you. To be honest, a lot of it is kind of personal preference. There are two types. You've got a notched lapel like this one, but basically this and this are sort of the same depth. Or you've got a peak lapel. This is maybe a slightly smaller example, but as you can see, this part here sticks out a bit more. Peak lapels tend to be better for people with broad shoulders. I'm quite lucky because I have kind of mid-broad shoulders, so I can wear any. But if you've got really big shoulders, you want to have a bit more room here because it emphasizes it. If your shoulders are quite slim, then you can go smaller here and there's more gap there, which makes your shoulders look broader and makes you kind of look a bit wider and a bit more masculine. Moving down to your waist, this is a really important part of your body that gives it that kind of masculine V shape that most guys look for. So if you have kind of quite broad shoulders like me and quite a small waist, if you don't get it nipped in, it's just going to hang and actually make you look really skinny because there'll be lots of excess material. So by having just an inch or so taken out of the sides here, it gives you that nice shape which makes you look kind of strong and stand upright and quite masculine. Now, let's talk buttons. As a general rule with suiting, you never want to do up your bottom button. Basically, everything in a suit is made to be functional and it's developed over time. So your bottom button is left to be open, so you've got freedom to move. You can sit, you can move around, you can be active, and it isn't uncomfortable. It's there mostly for fitting. Same with a waistcoat. Leave your bottom button undone. Essentially, a suit was made around activities people were doing. So you've got vents at the back. So when people started riding horses, they could sit on their horse comfortably without kind of being restricted. You've got what's called a surgeon's cuff, so you can open your sleeve and dig inside people if there's an emergency. So suits were made for function, and as a result, kind of have to respect that and leave that bottom button undone. Your next choice is what breast you're looking for. This is a double-breasted suit and this one here is a single-breasted suit. Basically, it's the number of buttons you've got on the side. Really, it's personal preference. There is an argument to be made that more athletic figures look better in a nice double-breasted suit, but it's up to you. I would maybe say for your first suit, go single-breasted because it is more versatile and you can wear the pieces separately. This would look much better with jeans than this would. It would also look better with t-shirts than this would. So when you've got a few suits under your belt, you can start thinking about broadening your horizons and going double-breasted. The length of your sleeve is very, very important. Ideally, you want about 1/4 of an inch of cuff showing. Now, I have very long arms, so I'm like a 38 long, but I'm kind of like a super long, and as a result, I struggle to find shirts that fit. So in a way, I kind of break this rule, and I have my sleeves of my jacket even shorter than usual so that I can still have a bit of cuff showing. With these sleeves, I've actually bought shirts that are longer in the arms specifically, so I can go full length. But this is what you're looking for. You want to have be able to stand up straight and have your arms about here. Your cuff of your shirt kind of lands at your wrist and you've got about 1/4 of an inch before the cuff of your jacket falls there. It's really important to wear your trousers where they're supposed to be worn. Different suit trousers will kind of come up slightly differently, but typically you want to wear them on your waist. I see too many men kind of wearing their trousers very low, which actually means your shirt hangs out and it's unattractive, and also it gives you no bum. If you want a good bum, wear them where they're supposed to be and you get like a nice rump. I've got a tiny bum, but look, looks all right in these. I posted an Instagram the other day and I was wearing very high-waisted trousers and I actually tucked my tie, the tip of my tie, into my waistband, and people were asking me if that's like okay and it's not like a sartorial mistake. Actually, you totally can do that, but as a general rule, when you're wearing your trousers at the right height, your tie should just about be touching your waistband. When it comes to trousers, what you see isn't actually what you get. You can try them on in the store and they could be really wide and baggy, and you can get them altered for not much money, and it makes a huge difference. What you need to do though is go for tailored, not tight. The whole point is that you need to be able to move, get up from your desk, walk around, do your things without them feeling too restrictive. So these here are tapered and they're tailored, but I've got enough room to sort of functionally move around and live my life without feeling uncomfortable. For me, the length of your trousers is one thing that can make an otherwise great suit look really, really sloppy. You've kind of got three options in my opinion. You've got what's called a double break, a single break, or no break at all. A break is basically the crease you get over your shoe. You can have kind of one crease, you could have two creases, or like I've done today, you can have no creases, have them just a little bit higher. Also, think about what you're looking for. I've gone for a turn-up here. These trousers didn't have a turn-up to start with, but I took them to the local alteration place and had one put in because I wanted them to fall a little bit above my shoe, and as a result, it had to be slightly heavier so they don't sort of like float around in the wind and end up riding up a bit. And it looks really cool too. So there you go, that is about all I know about suiting. I really hope this video helped. If you have any other suggestions for things you want me to talk about, then let me know in the comments down below, or find me on social media. I'm just @Jim Chapman. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.